Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we have another fun experiment that I think can elevate your prints, particularly if you customize items for sale. These may look like normal coasters, but they have a useful feature inside that's going to surprise a lot of people. Stick around to see what it is, how it works, and how it comes together. Now, a friend of mine is in a Blood Bowl league, and that's a tabletop game, and he wanted some swag for the people he plays with. He sent me this logo and asked me to do something with it. So we're going to create some coasters to show off this feature, make it easier for them to log their league games. But first things first, we need to get the image logo converted into SVG so we can import it into Fusion 360. Lately I've been using Inkscape to do the conversion into SVG. It's free, it works very well from what I can tell, and it allows me to tweak things that the online converters don't without paying. After opening our image, select it and go to Path, Trace Bitmap. That opens the trace window on the right hand side. Tweak this so your SVG image looks good and click Apply. Then simply remove the original image and export the SVG by itself. Simple. Now let's go to Fusion 360 and begin creating our coaster. Now that we're in Fusion 360, we'll do what we always do, which is save our project first. This makes it easier and more intuitive to save as we go along in building our model. After saving the project, let's create our sketch on the top plane and begin by creating a center diameter circle. We want to put this on the origin and make it 90 millimeters wide. Now let's create a border around it. Click offset and make it 3 millimeters. After that, we can import our SVG. Once it's in, we'll resize it and center it to the circle. From here, we'll do our usual extrusions. We'll change things up a bit this time around, and we're going to create components instead of bodies. I don't recall the reason why I started to use bodies instead of components, but after a commenter suggested I use them, I could not think of a reason why I changed. So we're going to export things by the color that they will ultimately be printed in, and we're going to create components from the extrusion menu. Let's select all and extrude it to -3 millimeters. We'll have a solid collar base and the design will be on top. This will allow us to print the design face down on the print plate, giving us a more detailed and higher quality print. The solid base will also cut down on the number of color changes and wasted filament. It's a win-win for us. We'll extrude each feature according to color and create a new component for each. When we bring this into Bambu Studio, it will be grouped into parts that we can easily assign color to. We'll speed through this and get to the next phase, the fun stuff. We'll extrude all the top pieces by 2 millimeters upwards. This will give us enough layers on the top to have enough color to appear solid and not have the dark bottom color show through. Remember to choose New Component in the drop-down and select all the items grouped by color. Before we get to the next section, please like the video, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It feeds my ego and helps me get the confidence my psychiatrist says I desperately need. We're already over 600 subs, and my wife says she won't leave me if I hit 1,000. All joking aside, if you like the content, let me know. If you'd like to see something in particular, just post a comment. I read everything, even the crazy comments. I consider your requests and judge you in silence. Be sure to get all the pieces. Sometimes due to the way the vector art is made or generated, some pieces overlap each other, and when importing, it creates multiple parts for what may have been a single object. So select all of them together, and when you extrude, it will become one again. Let's take a look at our model from all around and make sure that we got all the pieces we needed to extrude. It's looking good, so now we can move on to the cool part of the video. At least, I think it's the cool part. I got these NFC stickers from Amazon, and we're going to program them to hit the website for the Blood Bowl League. Obviously, you can customize these in a ton of different ways, like going to your social media accounts or a particular product page in your store. Let's go ahead and program one to see how it's done. I picked up an NFC writing tool from the App Store, but there's many. Just find one that you like. Just for this test, I'll have the tag go to my YouTube channel, where you can find other videos of the same questionable quality as this one. All we need to do is add a record, in this case a URL, and I'll paste in a link to the channel page. Then it's just a matter of tapping right Then bring your phone to be close to the tag, and that's it. It's programmed in. Let's test it out to see how it works. On an Android phone, it goes straight into the website. On an iPhone, it will bring up a notification to allow you to follow the link. No matter how old this technology might be, it's still pretty cool that you can program a sticker to send you some data. Now, we need to see how we can incorporate this into our coaster. We're back in Fusion, and what we want to do here is attach the sticker to the coaster. But it wouldn't look very good just having a white sticker just sitting on the top covering our design. So what we're going to do is empty out a slit inside of the model itself. The idea is that we're going to add our stickers to the coasters while we print. So let's begin by adding an offset plane. An offset plane is exactly what it's named, a new plane that gets placed relative to some part of your model or existing coordinate plane. In our case, we want our offset plane to be -1 mm from the top of the coaster. So when placing our plane, we want to select the top face of the coaster. Then we'll create a center diameter circle. Our stickers are about 25 mm, so we're going to make our circle 30 mm wide to give us a bit of room. Then we'll extrude that by -1.5 mm, which will now go inwards. And we'll leave the operation as a cut, which will carve out this circle from the main body. This is big enough for our sticker and small enough not to cause any issues when printing. You may have to hide some things to select the new disk we created, but after making the cut operation, we should have ourselves a slot inside of the coaster that we can place our NFC tag into. Now let's go to Bambu Studio and finalize our design. Here we are in Bambu Studio, and we're going to go ahead and import our model. Once it's successfully loaded, we should see all the separate parts listed as components in the objects list. I could have renamed them in Fusion, and I would do so if I was releasing this model to the world, but since it's for personal use and a small number of parts, I just don't bother. Now that everything is in, it's just a matter of assigning colors. Right now, all I'm doing is using the shortcuts for the colors. As you can see on the filaments list, each color is in a numbered slot. If you press the number on your keyboard, it will switch the currently selected part to that filament color. It's a fast way to assign colors to parts. After all the colors have been assigned, we want to flip the model onto its face, so that the top part with the design is on the print plate. That's the side we want the nicest, and on the textured plate that I'm using, it will have that nice feel too. While it's still a bit slick, the textured surface does provide a bit of friction for things sitting on top, which is what we want in a coaster. We need to slice our plate, and this is the key part. We need to find the layer that will cover the hole that we made in our model, and put a pause on the layer before that. So we want the print to stop and wait for us to tell the printer to resume. That will allow us to put the sticker onto the slot we created. One thing to note is that the layer depends on what quality you're printing at. So if you're going to change your layer height, you need to recheck which layer you want the pause to happen in. You can see here how that's going to work, and the hole where we're going to be putting in the NFC sticker. The way you set up a pause in Bambu Studio is you find which layer you want the pause to occur, then right-click on the green plus layer button and choose Add Pause. You can see now that there's an indicator on our timeline. To show you what I mean here about the changing the layer and checking after you change the quality, I'm going to change the quality here to something better, and also change the wall generator to Arachne. I'm also changing the minimum feature size to 15%, since I want to make sure I don't lose too much detail on those skulls that are in the design. After a reslice, we check to make sure our pause is in the right place, and we're ready to print. Let's go ahead and do that, and I'll see you in a bit. So here we are in the print, and the printer just paused and beeped, letting me know that it's time for me to put the NFC sticker in. So let's unpeel it from its backing, locate the round area where it belongs, and stick it well in there. After that, we're going to go ahead and resume the print. The print will then continue and cover that NFC sticker as if nothing changed. First, if you've stuck around this far or even skipped to it, thank you. Let's check out these coasters and see how well they work. You can see here on an Android phone how quickly it reads and goes to the site. No issues reading the NFC chip even after it's been printed over. iPhones are a bit flaky with NFC in general, but they do work as well. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd appreciate a like and a sub if you can, and I'll see you next time.